Hi guys, today we're gonna do a fun little kind of rolling on the floor sequence. It's gonna work the hips and let's get started. So we'll just start in child's pose. Take your knees wide, make a pillow with your hands or let your head land on a block, or you can stack your fists. Just take a couple deep breaths, really big inhale, feel your ribs push into your thighs as you breathe in. Big exhale. You can open your mouth and sigh. And do that again. And then plant your hands, come up to hands and knees. And take a few rounds of cat and cow. Tuck your toes so your feet get a little stretch too. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, bowing. Just go at your own pace. Big inhale. Keep your clawing your hands and a little tiny micro bend in the elbows so you're not locking up elbows. And the muscles are strong in the forearms. And rib circles. Drop your rib cage down and around and up to the sky. I like to imagine that you're in the middle of a peanut butter jar and just scraping the edges of the peanut butter jar. Try not to skip any edges. Do whatever feels good for your head. Maybe it likes to circle too. And go the other way. Then walk the knees back, bring it into the hips, big hip circles. There's no right or wrong here, so keep the handprint strong, but just play with making different shapes with the rest of the body. So maybe it's a zigzag, or a forward and back, or like a figure 8. Then back to hands and knees. Take your right knee in front of the left. So you're crossing at your thighs pretty tight, and then just pulse the hips back and forth. Try to keep the ribs in. I do let the knee come up and the back knee come up. Feel free to linger. Maybe add your own little flair, a little rock side to side. And then switch the leg that's in front. A little forward and back. Maybe it's a little bit of a circle. Then back to hands and knees. Do your best to be neutral, so keeping the ribs in the body, your shoulders kind of right in the middle of the shoulder socket, and your neck is neutral. So try not to drop your head. And this is called flossing your shoulders. So keep the ribs in and just let the shoulder blades squeeze together and come apart. Squeeze together, come apart. Try to keep the rest of your body still. So sometimes we like to bend the elbows, sometimes we like to drop the head or pop the ribs out. So try to maintain stability in the rest of the body, just isolating the upper back shoulder blades. Then find what feels like neutral and take it up and down. So shrug the shoulders up and drop them down. So you're trying to feel the sliding and gliding of the shoulder blade on the back plane of the body. And we get really tight and sticky here, so it's important to get some mobility there. Okay, let's take a down dog. We're not gonna do the traditional flow, but just wiggle it out a little bit. And then come into plank pose. Take your let's go left knee down, right arm open. And big circles with that right arm. Go the other way. And then switch. Right arm down, right knee down, big circles with the left. And then back to plank. Plank with your knees down. 3 chaturanga push-ups. Go nice and slow. Notice where you tend to compensate in the shoulders or skip over or lean more to one side or the other. So just go really slow and really try to work the strength in both shoulders equally. Then pull your hips back towards your heels. Drag your heart through the earth, through your hands. Come into whatever version of a back bend you like. So cobra, you can come lower onto the forearm sphinx, or even like a locust, or up dog. Then come onto your belly, make a pillow with your hands. And take a deep breath in. Feel your belly push into the ground as you breathe. Really full breath in. And big breath out. Do that again. Big breath in. Your belly's pushing into the ground. It's really good feedback for your breath. Exhale. And bend your knees. Take your knees a little wide and your feet together. So there's a couple ways to play with this. You're going to basically be twisting the low back. So reaching the one leg behind and then come back to your belly and reach. So it could be like you're reaching, try to touch your foot to the ground, or you can keep the feet together. Play with this, more of this shape. You can leave the head down, or you can lift it up a little and let your arms kind of help with the twisting. But your chest and upper body stay more down. You're twisting the lower body back. And you can play with the legs a little bit. Like I like to do this little split thing too. Okay, come back to your belly. Take your right knee out to the side like a half frog. We want 90 degrees here. So 90 degree out from the hip, down from the knee, and then you're flexing your foot too. So it's also 90 degrees. So here's one. Part two, up level would be putting a block under your knee, so your knee's a little bit higher. You can also put like a shirt underneath if you need a little squishiness there. So you're gonna flex your foot and lift the heel as high as you can, kind of pause at your edge, and then drop it down. Lift and drop it down. So it's this big internal rotation of your pelvis. And then drop it down. One more. And drop it down. Okay, you can stay here. Or you can stretch your legs straight out. You bend the knee if you made it straight. Lift your head and chest. Reach your left arm as far through as you can. And the right arm opens. You roll onto your back twist. And then once you're there, you might snuggle yourself a little more into that twist. Big breath into the right lungs, the right side body. Then bend that bottom leg and leave it bent, or you can try to grab it with that right hand. So it's a little more of a quad stretch. Then this top leg, bring the foot to the knee, roll all the way onto your back. So now you're in this figure 4 shape. Flex the foot, arms stay on the ground, and then pull the legs towards you without using your arms, and then plant the foot down, lift the hips for this little bridge. Bum down, pull the legs in, flex the feet. Foot down, lift the hips. Then let your bum stay down and just rock the knees right and left. Then take this right leg into half happy baby. So you can grab the ankle or the outer edge of the foot. I'm pulling the leg down, but also pushing strong up into the hand. This knee can fall wide, or you can stretch it straight. Then take both legs up to the sky, and you'll lower the legs down as far as you want until you feel a little core work. And the arms go either up overhead or they can go behind your head. Then you're gonna roll onto your belly without letting your hands or feet touch the ground. So it looks like this. And then you roll back onto your back. You can help yourself. Just belly, don't let your feet touch, like you're skydiving. And then back. Just a little fun core work. Okay, come back to your belly, rest. And then second side. So take your left knee out wide. Flex the foot. And then you're lifting the heel. Big internal rotation, letting it land. So this bothers my knee a tiny bit. I'm gonna give myself a little extra padding. Then you can stay here or stretch the legs straight. Lift your head and chest, bend the knee. The right arm reaches through, so I'm reaching towards the bent leg. And then the left arm opens, voila. I'm in a twist. If you grabbed the back foot on the first side, do that again. Then this top leg, just keep rolling onto your back until you're in figure 4. Hands down, pull the legs in, keep winding the knee away from you. Foot down, lift the hips. Bum down, legs pull in. Foot down, lift the hips. Then bum down, just rock a little right and left. Half happy baby, grab the outer edge of that left foot, pulling it down next to your ribs and pushing the foot up. Try to ground the shoulders and ground both hips. Like we tend to want to lean to one side, stay heavy in the right. Then our core work play. Legs up, circle the ankles a little bit. So legs hover wherever. They don't have to go super low. And then lift your head and chest. And then roll without letting your hands touch. So you can have arms straight. I prefer this bent arm. It helps me lift my chest more. And then roll back to your back. Roll into your tummy. One more. And stay on your back. Pull the knees in, rock around a little bit. We'll just finish with a little breathing. Hands on your belly, feet wide, knees together. Take a deep breath in, feel your belly push up into your hands. Long exhale. So imagine that you have 3 diaphragms, your low belly and pelvis, your ribs and your lungs, and then your heart and your chest. So you're filling the bottom first. Inhale into your belly and your pelvis, your lungs and your chest, your lungs and your ribs. Keep breathing up into the chest and the heart, the back of the heart, the throat. And then like a French press, empty from the top. Exhale, heart, lungs, belly. Inhale, belly, lungs, heart. Exhale, heart, lungs, belly. One more. Inhale, belly, lungs, heart. Exhale, heart, lungs, belly. Just take a normal breath in and let it go. Make your way to seated or stay there. Thank you for joining me. May you be happy and peaceful, healthy and strong, safe and protected, and may all beings benefit from your yoga practice. See you next time.